It's as if a simple glass of vinegar could turn into an invisible shield against envy, the evil eye, and the negative energies that drain your peace of mind. This method was kept in silence for generations by monks and spiritual teachers. And today, I'm going to reveal every detail to you. You might think it sounds odd. How could something so simple, so common, hold such deep power? But the truth is, for centuries, spiritual practices have been hidden, protected by a few, and not by accident because they touch dimensions science has yet to fully understand. In many Eastern traditions, vinegar is more than just an ingredient. It's a catalyst, a force capable of shifting the subtle field around you. But vinegar alone isn't enough. It has to be activated with clear intentions and specific symbols that have been used for centuries for protection and purification. These rituals aren't found in ordinary books, and they weren't meant to be spread widely. They were passed on quietly from master to disciple within temples and spiritual communities that understood the true weight of each gesture, each symbol. And today, with respect and responsibility, I'm sharing this knowledge with you, not as some magic formula, but as a tool, so you can protect yourself, reclaim your energy, and bring balance back into the parts of your life that feel out of place. Drop a comment right now. I want protection to activate your energy while you watch this video. Maybe you've felt this before. Money comes in, but it slips right through your fingers. You look at your bank account and can't figure out where it all went. Arguments at home start piling up over the smallest, pettiest things. Your body feels heavy, with no medical explanation. Sleep, once easy, now refuses to come. And deep in your chest, a quiet sadness with no clear origin. That's not just stress. And it's not a coincidence. In Buddhist philosophy, we call this an energetic block, a stagnation that takes hold when your field is left vulnerable, open to imbalance. And what causes that opening? Envy, the ill-intentioned glance, the dense energy people carry and often project without even realizing it. And here's the scariest part. Those people aren't always far away. Sometimes they're inside your own home. Sometimes they hug you, compliment you, smile at you. But deep down, they radiate scarcity, resentment, competition. Your energetic field is like a garden. When exposed, it can be poisoned by others' negative intentions. And if you don't learn to protect it, imbalance becomes routine. Losses pile up, and your peace starts to disappear. What you're feeling right now may be exactly that, your field asking for help. If you've ever gone through something like this, hit the like button so more people can discover this hidden knowledge. You've heard the saying, the best solutions are usually the simplest. Nowhere is that truer than in the spiritual world. What really works almost never requires expensive objects, complex formulas, or hard-to-follow rituals. The power doesn't come from excess, it comes from intention. And that's why this ancient protection ritual is so powerful. Everything you'll need is probably already in your home, and if not, you can find it anywhere. But don't be fooled by its simplicity. Each item carries a profound symbol, an energetic code capable of reorganizing everything around you. Let's break it down. Vinegar, the spiritual transformer. Vinegar is acidic. It corrodes, purifies, cleanses. That's why in ancient traditions it's seen as a tool of transmutation. In spiritual alchemy, it represents what dissolves evil. It breaks cycles, clears dense energies, and most importantly, it creates an invisible barrier. Think of it as a liquid shield, something you don't need to see for it to work. It vibrates, repels, and neutralizes. And why does this matter? Because most of the negative energy affecting you today isn't physical. It's subtle. It's the cutting remark, the envious glance, the jealous thought projected onto you. And vinegar acts as a silent purifier, dissolving those layers before they settle in. White paper, the space that receives. In Buddhist philosophy, white represents the purity of the mind, our original state before it's clouded or contaminated. Writing on white paper is a symbolic act. Taking what weighs you down from the inside and placing it out in the open. It's like emptying a box, and only when it's empty can it be filled with light. When you write something down on white paper, you're telling the universe, this is identified, isolated, and ready to be transformed. Blue pen, the color of spiritual protection. Blue has always been linked to spiritual protection. It's no coincidence that saints in Christian tradition, Tibetan monks, and even protective amulets across cultures often appear in blue. In the energetic field, blue activates communication with higher planes, with truth, justice, and divine clarity. When you write with a blue pen, you're sealing your intention with this protective energy. It's like signing an energetic contract with the subtle forces that guide and protect. Plastic bag, the container of energy. It may look ordinary, but it's not. The transparent plastic bag represents the boundary between what enters and what leaves your field. It isolates, it protects, it holds what needs to be frozen, neutralized, and stopped from circulating. It becomes the container that seals the ritual like a cocoon, where transformation happens away from outside eyes and interference. Blessed water, the link to the divine. If you can get access to blessed water from a church, a spiritual community, or even water you've spoken your own intention over, all the better. In Buddhism, water is a symbol of renewal, purity, and the flow of life. Just a few drops are enough. They close the cycle of the ritual with softness, peace, and spiritual connection. But here's the key. It's not the object itself that matters. It's what it represents. When you bring all of these elements together with awareness and intention, you're not just performing a ritual. You're declaring to the universe, I am ready to cleanse what burdens me. I choose to protect what is mine. I refuse to keep carrying what no longer belongs to me. Together, these items create a symbolic and energetic field that breaks patterns, pushes away negativity, and restores balance to your home, your body, and your soul. And perhaps the most powerful part is that by performing this ritual, you make a choice to stop being a victim of external energies and to start becoming the guardian of your own field. That is true spiritual strength. When you recognize you have the power to change and you act on it with intention. And this is just the beginning. Type in the comments, I have faith to start activating your protection right now. Here's something almost nobody tells you. Most of the things that go wrong in your life aren't visible. They're not in your job, not in your bills, not even in your body. They live in the subtle layers, the invisible, the quiet forces you can't always see. And if you ignore those signs for too long, life begins to stall. Suddenly, what used to flow easily becomes difficult. What was once simple now feels stuck. But the signs are always there. The problem is most people don't know how to read them. So pay attention, because you might already be under energetic attack without realizing it. 1. Money disappears without explanation. You earn, you work hard, you try to save, but the money just doesn't stretch. It vanishes without you noticing. Sometimes it's an unexpected expense. Other times, a careless mistake that costs more than you imagined. And when you try to set something aside, something always happens. This is a classic sign of a drained energy field, your abundance being siphoned away by invisible cords of envy, scarcity, or ill-willed comments. And yes, it's real. 2. Your body starts to feel it. You wake up already exhausted. You feel back pain, heavy shoulders, a fatigue that just doesn't add up. Medical tests look fine, but deep down, you know something isn't. Stagnant energy collects in the body, creating symptoms that medicine can't always explain. In Buddhism, the body is the last to scream when the soul is overloaded. 3. Relationships break into conflict without reason. Arguments over small, meaningless things. A short fuse, a heavy atmosphere at home or at work. You try to keep the peace, but it feels like someone or something is testing your patience at every turn. And without realizing it, you start reacting. You step into the same negative cycle you've been trying to escape. And that's how the loop begins. The more you react, the more you absorb. The more you absorb, the more you contaminate yourself. 4. Insomnia, anxiety, and that constant feeling of sadness. You try to fall asleep, but your mind won't stop racing. It feels like there's a weight on your chest, an ache you can't explain. And the worst part, you feel like you're all alone in this, but you're not. What you're experiencing is what Buddhism calls the poisons of the mind. They're invisible, but devastating. Envy, when someone quietly resents your joy, your success, your life. Anger, when someone looks at you with frustration and bitterness. Attachment, when people, even without bad intentions, drain your energy because they depend on you emotionally. And these forces don't just come from the outside. Sometimes you're the one repeating the pattern through negative self-talk, self-sabotage, or even fear of your own success. But here's the turning point. There's a big difference between feeling it and choosing to act and change it. And this is where your freedom begins, because the first step to healing is recognizing the invisible enemy. Think about it. Haven't you noticed how everything feels lighter when you step away from certain people? Or how some spaces instantly make you feel calm, while others weigh you down? That's not coincidence. That's your energy field responding. So ask yourself honestly, are you protecting yourself? Or are you living at the mercy of these forces? The ritual I'm about to show you is not just symbolic, it's an energetic break with what harms you, a spiritual decision to cut off the flow of everything that drains your soul. But before you begin, you have to choose where you stand inside yourself. Do you want to keep living with that silent anguish? Or are you ready to reclaim your peace, your energy, your balance? The answer is already within you, and the ritual is right here, waiting for the right moment to activate. If you've ever felt any of these signs, type in the comments, "I want to be free." There's one detail most people overlook when it comes to spirituality. Nothing is random. Every gesture, every object, every color carries an invisible code. And when those codes are activated together, they speak directly to your energy field. That's why the ritual I'll share with you isn't just a set of steps. It's a symbolic map, an energetic design that speaks to the unseen. And one of the most powerful pieces of it might surprise you: freezing vinegar. But listen closely. This isn't some trick. It's an energetic seal. Freezing vinegar stops the flow of negativity. Ice has a profound meaning across many spiritual traditions. It represents containment, limits, and mastery over what once flowed out of control. When you freeze vinegar, along with the names or situations that bring you pain, you're telling the universe, this ends here, now. You no longer allow those energies to move freely in your space. You seal them off, blocking their influence from touching you again. In Buddhism, this is seen as an act of silent power. You don't fight back. You don't return the negativity. You simply stop it. And the symbolism goes even further. Let's break down each element of the ritual together and discover why it connects to forces so deep and powerful. The blue pen, invoking celestial protection. Have you ever noticed how blue is present in so many traditions as a color of protection? In the robes of the Virgin Mary, in the skies of Buddhist mandalas, in the blue eye symbol used to guard against the evil eye. This is no coincidence. Blue has always been tied to the archetype of divine protection, wisdom, and communication with higher realms. When you write with a blue pen, you're anchoring that protection into the names and situations that need to be cut away. It's like saying, may this decision remain under heaven's watchful eye. The white paper, the soul in its purest state. White is silence, the blank page before the story begins. In this ritual, it represents a clean intention, an open channel, a fresh start. When you write on white paper, you're exposing what you want to release with clarity, without hate, without anger, just awareness. And this is the most spiritual part of the ritual. You're not attacking anyone. You're simply cleansing what no longer belongs in your field. Vinegar, dissolving the invisible harm. Vinegar is acidic. It breaks down, dissolves, cleanses. In ancient rituals, whether in Europe, Asia, or even folk traditions in the American South, it was used for purification baths, smoke cleansings, and even for blessing objects before sacred use. When you pour vinegar over the paper, you're activating the force of energetic dissolution. It's as if you're saying, may this energy lose its hold on me. And by freezing that vinegar, along with the names or memories you've written, you stop that energy from continuing to act. You trap it in time. The plastic bag, the invisible shield. Transparent yet sealed. The plastic bag represents the boundary between you and what must be purified. It prevents the energy contained in the ritual from circulating back into your space. It's the container of the unseen, the cocoon where transformation takes place. Holy water, the memory of healing. If you can, add a few drops of holy water or simply water you've blessed with your own words and intention. It's the closing of the ritual, the connection to original purity. Dr. Masaru Emoto, a Japanese scientist, studied the memory of water and showed how it responds to human intention. By adding it to the ritual, you're imprinting healing, peace, and light into the process. This is much more than a ritual. It's a reminder that you have the power to cut away what harms you, that your faith can turn the ordinary into something sacred, and that there is a spiritual intelligence that understands the symbols, the gestures, the codes you activate. But it only works when done with awareness. This is not about superstition. It's about symbolic communication with the universe, about reorganizing your energy field through the right archetypes. And here's the secret almost no one talks about. The power isn't in the objects themselves, but in the way they interact with your energy. Comment below, I believe in energy, to seal this wisdom within you. Now that you understand the force behind each element, it's time to activate the ritual. This is not just a set of steps. It's a silent ceremony between you, the unseen, and your own freedom. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath and let every gesture be done with presence. Because it's not what your hands do. It's what your soul does through them. Step 1. Take a sheet of white paper. Sit somewhere calm, in silence. Think of everything that has been draining your energy. People, situations, repeating patterns, pains, names, environments. Write it all down on the paper. No filter, no fear. Be specific. Not with hate, but with awareness. That paper is no longer just paper. It has become a mirror of what you want to remove from your life. Step 2. Write with a blue pen. The color matters. Blue seals your intention with spiritual protection. Every word you write becomes an energetic signature. You are telling the universe, I'm ready to release this. Step 3. Fold the paper into the shape of a cross. Yes, a cross. Because the cross represents the meeting of paths, that turning point, where you decide to break a cycle and move in a new direction. It also symbolizes the balance of the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air. By folding the paper this way, you bring order to chaos. Step 4. Place the folded paper inside a plastic bag. The bag becomes the shield. It holds what you are releasing. And this is where the isolation of the energy begins. Everything inside is about to be sealed. Step 5. Cover it with vinegar. Pour vinegar over the paper. Watch as it spreads, touches every word, seeps into every fold. Visualize the vinegar dissolving every trace of negative energy as if it's washing away the invisible field surrounding you. See the cleansing take place. Step 6. Add a few drops of holy water, or water you've blessed with intention. This is the final blessing. The water carries away the weight, the suffering, the vibration that no longer belongs to you. It seals the ritual with softness and light, and in that moment, you begin to feel lighter. Step 7. Seal the bag and place it in the freezer. Yes, the freezer. For 9 full days, this energy will remain sealed, stopped, neutralized. The cold interrupts the cycle that has been repeating itself. You are telling the universe, this influence ends here. During these 9 days, watch your life. You may notice lightness, subtle changes, emotional clarity. Step 8. Dispose of it after 9 days. At the end of the cycle, remove the bag from the freezer without opening it. Dispose of it in running water, down the sink, into a river, or in the ocean if you live near the coast. You can also bury it in a safe place, but don't look back. That gesture is important. It symbolizes final release. You don't need to carry that weight anymore. Final visualization. As you do the ritual, imagine the dark energy being absorbed, dissolving, transforming into light, into space, into peace. See your home brighter, see your mind calmer, see your body lighter, and say silently, I release, I protect myself, I move forward in peace. This ritual may seem simple, but it has already transformed thousands of lives. And if you do it with awareness, with faith, with respect, you will feel the difference. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. If you're ready to begin, write in the comments, I will start today. After completing this ritual, many people report an almost immediate sense of relief. It's like an invisible weight has lifted from the body. Arguments fade, the atmosphere shifts. Sleepless nights give way to deep, peaceful rest, and even money starts to flow more naturally. In Buddhism, we believe that when the shadow leaves, light finally finds space to shine. But here's something important to understand. This is only the first step. You've cleansed, you've cut away what no longer serves you. Now, it's time to open the door for what you truly deserve to receive. And in the next video, I'm going to share with you an ancient practice used by monks to attract prosperity and balance, using something incredibly simple. A bay leaf. Yes, just one leaf. But with an energetic power very few people really know about. This practice awakens your vibrational field to abundance. And when combined with the ritual you've just learned, the results can be truly life-changing. Share this video with someone who needs protection right now. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next ritual could be the one that opens the doors of prosperity in your life.